Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Cybersecurity is a very critical topic in today's world because of how much we rely on technology. Cybercrime damages businesses and governments all around the world each year, with attackers getting more sophisticated and successful every day. Unfortunately, most people don't understand the basics of cybersecurity, which makes them an easy target for cybercriminals. But don't worry if you fall into this category. In this video, we will cover the basics that you need to know to stay safe online. The first concept that you need to understand is the idea of risk versus reward. People undertake risks in their daily lives all the time. Some are obvious, like driving a car, while others are less so, like using public Wi-Fi. Every choice comes with some level of risk. Your job as a responsible computer user is to evaluate the risk of your actions and determine if the reward is worth it. For example, do you really need to use that public Wi-Fi? If not, then the risk isn't worth it. If you do need to use it though, then perhaps you can mitigate the risk by using a VPN like ExpressVPN, NordVPN, ProtonVPN, or IPVanish. You can find links to all of these services in the description below. Another thing you need to understand is the idea of security through obscurity. This basically means hiding your secrets really well. The problem with this approach is that if your attacker finds your secret, then all your security measures mean nothing. Instead, take a look at this drawing. Can you tell what's wrong with it? Obviously, it's missing a nose. But there's another flaw as well. It lacks security through obscurity. Why? Well, someone could come along and draw a mustache on the face without even needing to know where the nose should go. This is a crude analogy for using passwords that are too easy to guess, or easier yet, no password at all. Even if your system is protected by strong encryption, it won't matter much if someone figures out your password. For example, if one of your friends tries to access your account and you have a super long, complex password, they will likely be denied access. However, if your password is something simple like 123,456, then they will have no trouble getting in. So remember to always use strong passwords. And speaking of passwords, let's talk about password managers. A password manager is a great tool for keeping your passwords safe. They can generate passwords for you and store them in a secure location. Two examples of popular password managers are NordPass and RoboForm. Both are great options, but ultimately, the best one for you will depend on your specific needs. That being said, both of these options are quite affordable. And if you want to save some money, then why not try a free option like KeePass or Bitwarden? No matter which option you choose, just make sure you use a password manager. Now that you have your password stored securely, you need to ensure your data is also protected. Most people think that by encrypting their hard drive, they are protecting themselves from data leaks. Unfortunately, that's not entirely true. There are many ways that data can be leaked without the encryption being bypassed. One common way is through a physical attack, like when someone steals your laptop. Another way is through social engineering, like when someone tricks you into giving them your password. Finally, there are accidental leaks, like when you accidentally email a document to the wrong person. To protect yourself against these types of attacks, you need to implement a layered security approach. Think of it like a castle with multiple layers of defense. If one layer fails, then there will be other layers to catch the leak. One way to accomplish this is by implementing the 3 copies, 2 different locations rule. This rule states that you should have 3 total copies of your important data stored in 2 different locations. One of those locations should be local and the other remote. That way, if something happens to one of your copies, you'll still have another one to fall back on. But even with all these precautions in place, there is still one major threat that could destroy everything: ransomware. Ransomware is a type of malware that can encrypt all of your files and demand a ransom in exchange for the key to decrypt them. It is arguably one of the most dangerous threats to your data. To protect yourself against ransomware, you need to make sure that you have backups of your important data. This can be done by following the 3 copies, 2 different locations rule that we talked about earlier. You should also make sure that you have a plan in place for if you ever get hit by ransomware. This plan should include things like how you will pay the ransom and how you will restore your data from backup. These are just a few of the things that you need to know to keep your data safe. By understanding these concepts, you will be able to better protect yourself against cyber threats. We all know that staying safe online is important, but how much thought have you given to your online presence? What information is out there about you? Your online presence is made up of all the information that can be found about you on the internet. This includes things like your name, contact information, login credentials, and even things like your home address and social security number. It may seem like a lot of effort to manage something that is largely out of sight and out of mind, but having a good online presence is essential for protecting yourself against identity theft and other cyber threats. Luckily, you don't have to do much to get started. One of the best places to start is by doing a Google search for your name. This will give you an idea of what information is out there about you. You can also use tools like Google Alerts and Bing Web Search Alerts to get notified whenever new information about you is published online. By taking these simple steps, you can start to build a positive online presence and protect yourself against cyber threats. If you want to learn more about cybersecurity, then check out our other videos. We have a ton of great content that can help you stay safe online. Alternatively, if you want to learn more about online privacy, then check out our video on VPNs. We explain what they are and how they can keep your data safe. But before we wrap things up, let's take a quick moment to answer some of your questions. What is the best antivirus for my computer? There are a lot of great options out there, but personally, I like to use Windows Defender or Malwarebytes. Do I need a firewall? Yes, absolutely. A firewall can help block unauthorized access to your computer. Check out our video on the best firewalls for more information. Should I be worried about phishing? Absolutely. Phishing is one of the most common cyber threats out there. Check out our other video for tips on how to avoid it. Thank you all for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay secure.